Welcome. In front of me is a Redmi 17, and today I'll show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, before I actually get started with the reset, I do want to talk about backing up your device and obviously the data that is stored on it. There's probably a lot of things you have on here that you might want to maintain, maybe contacts, messages that you have had with those contacts, photos or videos, music, downloaded documents or whatever else you downloaded, along with just generally applications and so on. So for this purpose, you probably want to back up your device, and there is, let's see, two ways. I mean, usually there's two ways that you can do this. So I'm going to start with the crappier one, but the more accessible one, and move on later on into the better one that I think you actually should use. So if you're not interested in the crappy one and you want to have the more convoluted, assuming you can use it, then skip forward by like 4 minutes. But in any case, the first one is the Google. So in Google, in the settings under where the hell is it? Is it in About Phone? Yes, it is. Backup and restore. Here we have in this section the option to back up our device using Google. It's right here. And you can see right here I'm not backing up anything. So both of these are off with the minus right here. If it was being backed up, it would be on and a green check mark. So let me go in a little bit more into detail why I consider this to be a shittier option. So if we click on photos and videos, I think it's going to move me to the application or whatever. So photos and videos, it backs up whatever you have in terms of photos and videos, but only up to 15 gigabytes. And it does the only 15 gigabytes is because that's your free tier of your Google Drive that you get with your Google account. Anything above that, if you want to back up more than 15 gigabytes, you either need to do it yourself or with something like a cable and plugging it into your computer, or by buying a subscription for Google Drive storage, which I don't recommend. So anything above 15 gigabytes would otherwise get left behind if you don't do that. Now under other device data, it says that it backs up, and I want to stress the backup word right here because it's lying straight up. It backs up contacts, call history, device settings, apps, app data, SMS and MMS messages. So the reason I'm being obnoxious about this in a way, it's actually even more obnoxious. What is the definition of a backup?
A backup is a copy of physical or virtual data created to restore original files if they are lost, corrupted, or destroyed.
Well, would you look at that? Let's focus on two portions of this definition. Copy of, well, this actually says physical or virtual data. So a copy. That's the most important portion. And in case it is lost, corrupted, or destroyed. Lost being the most important one. Now that we get that definition, let me now explain why I consider this to be the shittiest way to back up your device. So when we look at apps and app data specifically, we can just focus on apps. I don't really care that much about other ones. Things like contacts and everything else that is personal to you, Google will gladly back up because it's just free money for them from you that you give away gladly to them, and then they will sell off your privacy for revenue and for targeted advertisements. So that's already shit enough, but let's just talk about the idea of a backup right here. With apps, specifically apps that didn't come from Play Store don't get even backed up. Now I'm fucking sorry, but you say you back up other data and you specify what other data is. Now in that specification, I goddamn don't see Google Play Store apps, I see apps, as in all. So that's strike number one for this, but it doesn't end there. Apps that came from Play Store. So let's take an example of a user emulator. which used to be on Play Store. You downloaded it from there. You are using it on your phone, and now you're backing it up. And then you go to restore it, and well and behold, this application is not getting restored. Now, the reason for that is because that application no longer exists on Play Store. It's almost as though it's lost. Wow! And the data that has been backed up for this specific reason wasn't backed up. So, like I said, this is just straight up bullshit in terms of like what it tells you that it's doing and what it's actually doing. Now, what it actually means by it's backing up is essentially opening up a notepad and, you know, just typing in what kind of applications you had installed. The same shit you can do with the fucking pen and paper. So this is essentially what it is. But when an application such as Use Emulator no longer exists, it doesn't have anything to download from because it would be looking for it on the Play Store, which no longer has it. So yeah, pretty shit. Now let's move on to a better options, which we actually had it right here. So we have the Xiaomi ones. We have mobile device. So we can basically migrate our phone to another Xiaomi device, or we can create a backup copy of the data to our computer. But I believe this requires a program, and it could potentially lock you into Xiaomi devices anyway. What this is going to be using is a Mi Mover application, which we should have somewhere in here. The hell is it? There we go. Agree. So when you open up Mi Mover, it gives you these two options, that this is either a new device or old one. This essentially means you're receiving data, you're sending data. Now you can use this for dealing with Xiaomi devices when you're moving data to Xiaomi. You're going to use applications of the phone you're moving the data to. And each one of these phones, manufacturers, has their own kind of application. So as an example, if I bring up this phone, Samsung has a similar application to this, but it's named Smart Switch. Xiaomi uses Mi Mover. But for instance, Oppo uses Clone Phone. I think Oppo, Vivo, and OnePlus all use Clone Phone. Huawei uses Phone Clone. And yeah, there's a couple other ones. So you would need to use the phone's application that you're moving the data to. So if I want to move data from here to the Samsung, I need to use the Smart Switch and download that application on the Xiaomi. So that one will be much better. And number one, it doesn't have any of those caveats that applications need to come from Play Store, or for instance, that if your photos exceed 15 gigabytes, well, there is not getting moved. So all those don't kind of apply right here. This process allows you to move everything, and it's actually very thorough in terms of what it allows you to move with decent precision. So in applications, it won't be like, yeah, all applications. You can actually go and specifically select which applications you want. And yeah, it's going to be my go-to option, which I recommend. Now, once you have backed up your device through whatever method is your preferred one, we can now go back to our settings. Let me just close all of these settings. And we're going to, again, navigate back to About Phone at the very top. And we're going to scroll down to Factory Reset. This will present you with a list of data that will be deleted, which I do want to quickly point out. One thing that is missing in here, as far as I can tell, is, for instance, music. When backing up data to Google, music is nowhere in there covered. So you never get that backed up. But when you're doing this through the Mi Mover, you can actually move music. Anyway, so we're going to select Erase All Data. If you have some kind of screen lock, you will need to confirm it. And once you have done so, it gives you the option to back up to the Xiaomi cloud. Screw the cloud. We already done this locally, so we don't need this. So we're going to select Factory Reset. And this gets us a 20 seconds, 10 here and on the next page, letting us know that this will delete all of our personal data. And are we sure we actually want to do this? But hey, we need to waste our time before we can actually, you know, actually reset the device. There we go. Now this process will probably take several minutes right here because this isn't the fastest device. So I'll let it run through and come back once it's done for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished and you can set up your device however you like. with the minus of it showing up as SIM-pin in a second, but let me just unlock it. There we go. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.